All right, let's get this started. So that should be the thing. Good. Make sure that's working. All right. Great. So we're gonna do some prep for my in-person session tomorrow. We have the final night of the battle. If you remember correctly, I was gonna do two days of siege of Camp Vengeance, and this is gonna be my foray into like mass battle mechanics with my players, and it's been pretty successful. It's taken longer than I thought it was going to take, actually. I'm really horrible at anticipating time for my players. I always think they're going to get through more than they do, which is a good thing. I'd rather that than the reverse, because then I have stuff already prepped for next session. So I'd rather be more prepared, right? And so I have the battle chart, which they did the first night, and so this is how I kept records of everything. And then the second night, this is going to be much harder. Um, Obviously, the second night is going to be the big battle. They did go up in level, so now they're level 4. I want to say, yeah, they're level 4, which uh should tell them that, I mean, my players are smart. They should tell them like it's going to be harder. And they sort of know that, all right? And so, but I did give them the option, but since they have a day now, basically, to prepare for this battle that they know is coming at night, um, so I gave them a day to prepare defenses. Keep looking down at my notes, sorry. And they are, let's see, they they did these defenses. So I had them draw on a piece of paper sort of the defenses, and basically what they drew was essentially what the the campaign map, the map from the book as written, is pretty much exactly what the map from the book did. Is they have a pit, right? Now the only difference is that the Camp Vengeance is sunken down into the ground, and then they don't have so much as a pit as they have like a levee, right, that goes around it. Um, so yeah, they don't have that, right? But and this is sort of the what they drew here. There you go, like that. So this is Camp Vengeance on. Oh, sorry, this side. Nope, this side. Yep, Camp Vengeance here, and then they have 5 feet of space here, and then a 10-foot pit, 10 foot by 10 foot, and then just piles of earth over there. Which they drew that right, and then the wizard took move earth to do this, and so I'm like, okay, fine, no problem. Uh, and I mean, he can cast it as a ritual. Is that right? So move earth. I think. Yeah, let's see. Oh no! Wait, what did he take? It wasn't move earth. What did he take as a? That's not what he took. Mold earth, maybe? No, because he can't take move earth. Mold earth. Let's see. What did he take? Yeah, mold earth, right? Which is a cantrip. So he could just keep casting, casting, casting. So he took mold earth as a cantrip, and then and basically he was able to switch out his cantrips because he leveled up. So he switched it out for mold earth. Smart play. And then And then he basically did that, and that was his whole day, you know, is doing this. So we have to now modify the map, because I had modified the map that it was given raw. I had modified it to let's see, yep. I had modified it to, let me go to transition to my map here. So I had modified it to this, which basically took, as you can see, it takes out the pit basically, and it raises this up. So now the other one had it kind of sunken down into the ground, and I didn't like that. So I thought it was more, and I wanted to take out the pit for the first night because I don't want to give them such a serious advantage of the zombies having to go through the pit. I wanted them to kind of figure that out on their own, and they did. And I expected them to do that, but now what we have to do is we have to dig a trench around here and modify this map, and then go ahead and put that in the Foundry with the new modified terrain features. And I have some surprises for them on how they're going to do that. Now, I already sort of anticipated that, so my combatants for the session tomorrow are going to come with sort of ways to get around that pit, because they already expected that. That was something that they sort of knew was going to happen, right? Because if you remember correctly, the people attacking are actually under the command of Rygor, and Rygor is a former soldier with the Order of the Gauntlet, and so he knows their sort of tactics. So, and then he is sort of under the direction, right, of Rosnisi, who's going to appear on the battle, and of Hinnet too. And so that's going to be their first sort of, that is going to be their first look at Rosnisi, one of the main foils for my players going forward in the campaign besides the Serac. But yeah, Rosnisi is sort of a foil, and also tied to one of my players' backstories. And so I assume they'll take a particular interest in Rosnisi when he shows up on the battlefield. But he's not going to stay. He's definitely not going to stay. So, because I just want to show him he's not going to get involved in the battle or anything. He's not going to stay. So, let's see. So they dug a pit around here. So basically, I have to sort of dig a pit. Yeah, right now I have it up. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Okay, so they have to dig a pit now. So they can pretty much, all right, there's two ways I could do this. Now I could raise terrain here, I think, right? And this would raise the terrain, which would create this pit. And then and then I'll smooth that out later. Let me see how that looks. Okay, that's kind of problematic. Yeah, I don't necessarily like that. I can smooth that out later, but yeah. So, okay. I think I was going to do it the other way and sort of dig a pit, but I think doing this is maybe even better and faster. So now the thing is, like, they are expecting the zombies to attack from well, basically two directions, because they attacked from the west. This map is oriented, so up is north, right? And so they attacked from the west and from the south. But this time they're going to attack from the east as well, which they're not expecting. So because they think it's totally safe because of the water there. And although zombies don't necessarily, I kind of hate that you can't get rid of that. But zombies don't necessarily swim. They don't have I don't see why there's a particular problem with them sort of attacking by water. So they're going to come out of the water there. All right, now let's see. Oh, yeah, let's see. Okay. I got to smooth that down. Okay. So smooth terrain. Yeah. We're just going to smooth all this down. Yeah. I want to see how this looks from overhead, because it needs to be 10 feet. Yeah, that's roughly. Okay. So, and I don't have sort of this, so the players don't really have this ornithopic view. They really just have a top-down view on the battle map, so it's harder to, so I don't need to get as detailed here because they're just going to have this top-down view. And so it needs to look like a pit. Okay, let's move this out. Man, ornithopic view really helps. So, helps me anyway. Okay, now that's a pit, right? Okay, great. Yeah, I need to raise it up some, but it's cool. Let's see. Just trying to get this sort of well, size. Yeah, or smaller. Okay, that's a pit. So I have that. They wanted to throw those spikes in the drawing. They wanted to throw these spikes in the pit to kind of act like spike traps a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna work, but let's see. I'm gonna raise up the terrain here a little bit, and so I'll raise it up. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to flat. Maybe what I need to do, hold on. If I do this, okay, yeah. And then I'm gonna do this, okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Because I want to kind of make it just look a little bit better. So I'm going to flatten this terrain all to this level. And then I'll sort of go around the pit where the spikes are, right? And do a little pit there. So, yeah. And you kind of got to drag it at the level you want, and then you can do the thing. So I want this level, basically extending the border of what I had already. And I don't, yeah, I don't hate it looking rough because this is definitely something that they would be doing in haste here, so that's fine. And then we go around, and I'm gonna dig this out around these barricades. I don't know what you call them. They're basically just barricades, and the way I described it to the players was that these were barricades, sort of not for people. They were actually barricades kind of erected for dinos and bigger creatures and that like a person could sort of go through it, like they're anti sort of tank devices, right? Or something like that. Um, and a person could easily sort of go through there. So zombies didn't have a problem going through these things. When they attacked just the bigger creatures, so like my ogre that attacked on that night got tripped up. But they do know zombie ogres are a thing, right? So they can expect more sort of that. All right. No, wrong one. So you got to do it. You kind of do it on the thing. All right. Now let's flatten that out a little bit. So let's smooth that around this. Let's make that smooth so it's a more gentle slope. Because they definitely didn't want like a high slope, my players, because they realized that that would be cover and that would prevent them from sort of seeing. Now, the one sort of thing that I did that I sort of retconned in the moment is if you look at the walls, you notice that there's not a sort of like walkway on top of this palisade. And I sort of uh, gave that to them because it would just be kind of too hard otherwise. So, so I gave them a small walkway up there, just sort of uh, made that exist, right? Uh, Even though it's not in the drawing, it was just it was more for me actually, honestly, because it just made the combat feel better. And like I didn't want it gave and like the other like the players wouldn't have had much to do. It'd have been hard to navigate this otherwise. So, all right, now let's lower terrain. Okay. And then we're gonna go here like this. And we're gonna dig a pit all around here where my things are. And this should fix what I'm looking. This should basically do what I'm looking to do with this. So, because yeah, I want this to be like, I want the players to feel agency with how they designed this, right? And so I want them to have agency here about like, okay, well, we did this thing. Yeah, see, that's looking better. And in a top-down view, it's more, it's clearer what the pit area is. So, yeah, I like this better. And but this gives my players lots of agency. They designed this, right? And like if it doesn't work out, it's not their fault. They did, you know, or if it does work out, it's going to do something. It's going to help. It's going to help with their battle somehow, but maybe not as much as they hoped, um, because they're going to be attacked from the east from the water, and they don't really have, and they really haven't set up any defenses over there because they think they're totally safe from the water, but I don't want my players to feel safe. You know, as a DM, safe is boring, and it makes for boring sort of gameplay. So, to have them not feel safe, even better. Right? Okay. Let's just drag this. Yep. There we go. And that's a pit. Right. Yeah, this is shaping up well. Right. This is good. I like Dungeon Alchemist here for this kind of stuff. So, and if you're wondering where I got this map, I did not design this map myself. I actually, oops, I sort of I held the button too long. I was looking at something else, held the button too long, and dug like a hole all the way through the earth there. Okay. So I actually got this map. Dungeon Alchemist has a great place. They have like this creators space, right, where people can post their maps. I've posted a few maps there. And then other people can download them. And somebody made this wonderful map here. And I just modified it. So yeah. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's kind of what I wanted. So yeah. Right. That's perfect. Okay. That's really good. That's a little pit now. Yep. That's really ideal. Okay. I'm just going to extend this a little bit more. But yeah, that's really great. That's great. Okay. And then, yeah, that's a gentle sort of slope now, but that's clearly like a pit. That's perfect. Okay, yeah, I love it. All right. So now what we do is, boom, we export this. Unfortunately, this is a really large map, so it's kind of a pain. But we export this. Okay. And the reason that this is such a large map is because I need all this sort of, let me see, one thing here, because they probably wanted to cut back the forest a little bit. So I just thought of this, but let me sort of do this. Let me, no, okay. Wait, how do I get, no, there we go. Okay, change terrain type. Yeah, they wanted to, no, that's not it. Let's see. I forgot how to do this. I forgot how to do this. 1 second there. Nope. 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 I'm pretty sure it's here. Um. Okay. Nope. That doesn't do it. Okay. That's not what I want. Oh, they did add these features though. That's great. That's really great. Okay. There's been an update and I really like it. They're constantly updating this, so I would suggest that you pick this up. If you do pick this up, know that they're updating it a lot on a regular basis. So that's, yeah, okay. That's not what I want, but I can sort of, I want a brush that sort of does this, but this doesn't allow me to see a brush. But I'm going to clear some of this terrain because that was one of the things that the archers did. So they wanted to push this brush back so it didn't give the archers as much space to sort of hide, which is smart, right? Which is why they did push originally in the design, they would push this back. And if you went to like a, if this was a real sort of example, they would do the same thing. They'd push this vegetation back around the camp a little bit to give them better line of sight. All right, now I'm going to export that because, yeah, I'm okay with that. That's, yeah, that's a good amount of space for them. Okay, export. All right. Let's see. We got format, yes. It's going to take a little while. Export to, okay. And now it's exporting. So while that's exporting, the problem is I really can't do anything. You have to actually keep it active or it doesn't run. So it has to be an active window. So before we import it in Foundry, and the next step anyway, is import it in Foundry. So let's talk about the battle plan for um, the next thing. Nope. Okay. 1 second. I want to just see. I want to see something here. Let's see. Chat. Okay. That should be right. Oh, okay. You're saying that's not right, but that's what I got. Okay. Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's talk about the battle plan a little bit while this renders. Or that's gonna be enough to wonder. Um, it's gonna be more skeletons. So the skeleton archers are one of their big concerns because the skeleton archers took out a lot of people, and they're the only sort of thing that took out people. The zombies did not. They just reached the wall and were destroyed right as they reached the wall. So they were basically ineffective. But there will be more zombies. There'll be 15 zombies this time in the first wave, and 10 skeleton archers. And then because they didn't get the Amen archers before, so most of the Amen archers, the Amen archers, I don't know how to pronounce that. A-M-N. How'd you pronounce that? Amen? Uh, so 10 Amen archers, so I'm going to add those as well. So I'm going to add the Amen archers, and I'm going to have the skeletons come up from the water, which is going to be good because they're going to have to split forces. And then wave 2, a bunch of Wanti, and then some whites and some ghouls. And then wave 3, the zombie T-Rex comes out, which is very excited about the zombie T-Rex. You don't even know. I'm so excited about that. So that's gonna be fun because they're gonna have to deal with that. And wave 3, that's gonna be very interesting. They're gonna have to really deal with that. And I love it personally. So it's gonna be a big battle. It's gonna be lots. Now I might add, although I had set this before, but so the Amen archers weren't defeated. They escaped. They retreated from the battlefield because they were the only thing left. So I retreated them, and the idea was I was going to use them for the second night of the siege. Which, yeah, so I'm still going to do. I'm going to have the skeletons come from the water. They're going to come with melee weapons, so they're going to be ready for melee. Then the zombies are going to come, the 15 zombies now are going to come from the south, right? And then I have the whites and the ghouls that are going to come from the west, and the Wanti with the Wanti. And the Wanti can have either they have melee and range capabilities. And then the third wave, the zombie T-Rex. Where does he come from? He comes from the south again. So the idea is that he's basically going to break down the wall. So I wonder if that's a good way to do it. I wonder if the zombie T-Rex should come first. Yeah, I wonder. Because that's interesting. Oh, and in the camp now, and they've sort of forgotten about this. The players have sort of forgotten about this, which unfortunately for them, in the camp, in the medical tents, um, several of the patients there are going to rise up. So they're going to have an internal threat of about 3 zombies that come up that die in the medical tents and rise up. So they're going to have to deal with that. Yeah. Now, my theory is that Rygor would not only he would know, he would expect there to now be a trench, right? But he would also probably spy the area. Like he would have scouts or something like that, watching Camp Righteous to see if there are if they're doing any kind of modifications or fortifying their position any. And the players didn't say that they wanted to go out to make sure that there was nothing going on, like there wasn't to look for some kind of scout or reconnaissance on the part of Rygor's forces. And so they wouldn't have noticed that because they didn't say they wanted to do that. So I'm assuming that Rygor's forces would get away with this sort of scouting mission. So Rygor's forces would then know that there is now a 10-foot pit that they have to traverse. Right? It should be interesting because the zombies don't really care. The zombie's going to rush through there and fall into the pit, take fall damage, and then climb up the pit and get half speed climbing ability. So half their speed, 10 feet. I think zombies. These are faster, so I'm giving them a movement speed of 30. These are not regular zombies. They have 10 feet more movement speed. Other than that, they're regular zombies. They're just faster. And then the skeletons, of course, could come from the west pretty easily at the main gate, which will be closed. But they can bust through there. I maybe should have an ogre. So I had an ogre. You know what I'll do? All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have 2 ogres. I'm going to have 2 zombie ogres in wave 2. And I'm going to have one come from the west and one come from the south. And maybe I get rid of one of the whites and ghouls. So, the whites are 5 hits and the ghouls are 2 hits. So the ghouls aren't a problem. Yeah. I'll get rid of one of the whites and replace it with a zombie ogre. And so I'll have each white will be like a lieutenant, because Rygor is basically a white. And I'll have each white lieutenant in charge of a zombie ogre. Perfect. Okay. And then you can see the problem here. It's like this thing has to render and it takes a little while. especially if you're making a map. This map is big. It's 60 by 43 grids. So it's a pretty big map. I mean, honestly, it's in Foundry, it's a big map. Um, and it's slow, even in Foundry, but I don't know how else to do the map because I need the space for the siege, so I gotta do this map that's slow, and I just kind of have to live with the fact that this is a big map, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it being slow a little bit. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't know what else to do. So, but I need the space for the battlefield because most of the battle happens outside of the camp. I really do want my guys to break through the wall, though. I really hope they're able to break through the wall. And really put a hurt on some of these. I really hope my guys do well in this battle. We'll see. We'll see how I roll. And I think attacking from 3 directions now. So I'm not attacking from the north at all. Because I don't know that Rygor would do that, honestly. I think attacking from 3 like attacking from 2, and he would know that they feel safe from the water, right? In the first attack, the first night was kind of an experiment to see if to sort of test them out, right? And to taunt them a little bit because he wants at this point, Rygor's motivations are not only to kill Breakbone, right, and everybody else in the camp too, but also to before he kills them to have them fearful of what he's going to do to them. Right? He wants them to fear. So because he wants revenge, he's bent on this perceived injustice that he's been done. Which fun, I mean, that's fun. So he's got these motivations now to do that. So let's go. I'm gonna look at my prep screen here. Yeah, so now I'm in Foundry. I can't really go to there, but this is the map before the battle, right? And basically, um, I sort of reset the map. So this is the map after Siege 1, and I took all the old combatants off the field. There was a chance they were going to get to Siege Day 2 last session, and so I had to kind of quickly scramble and put some combatants on the field. So I've already put a lot of these tokens on the field. Hidden, of course, but on the field so I know they're there. But they didn't get there because they spent. So basically, the session was that they did the session, right, and defeated the first wave rather handedly too. I would say they did really well. I was surprised with how well they did. I think only 2 characters got injured at all, and that was just because random sort of rolls from archers. Archers did the most damage by far, and killed a lot of the guards, but they weren't really targeting the player characters. So the characters did really well. And the ogre got to the wall and sort of smashed it through, but they killed him basically right as he smashed it through. And then there was no zombies or anything to take advantage of that hole in the wall at that point because they were all dead. So basically they had a hole in the wall, sure, but they had to feed it the risk that new hole in the wall had provided. So that was good. So they did really well. And I think they're going to do even better at level 4, which is why I've upped it a lot. So the enemies are a lot harder now. And also, too, they have a lot less guards. They have about half of the guard contingent. They did. And the guards did kill a significant number of zombies, honestly. The guards, because I'd rolled a 20-sided dice for each guard, and if they hit, they gave one of the zombies a single hit, right? And the zombies were a 2-hit kill. And so the guards did a pretty significant amount of damage. But now they have a lot less, so it's mainly just the players, right? And it would have been interesting because they debated for a while whether they should just leave. I was like, wow, that'd be interesting. I mean, I think my players, uh, I think maybe they won't say it, but one of the decision factors might be that they knew that I was excited about this battle, so they didn't leave. But I mean, whatever gets them to stay is good. But yeah, they debated about leaving, and I mean, no, it's a perfectly valid choice, by the way. So, what to do if you're a DM and your players just decide to not participate in a battle? I mean, honestly, you just have to roll with it. You have to say, okay, well, that's a valid choice. You have a whole day. Like if you're gonna do a siege like thing and you're gonna say, okay, one night I'm gonna have a siege and I'm gonna have a day of rest, and then the second night I'm gonna have the second siege. Your players don't have to stick around, honestly. They could just peace out, you know? I mean, they don't have, except for Undrel, they don't really have at this point any ties to Fort Righteous. They don't care about Fort Righteous, you know? So I did have a player character that was involved, interested in Fort Righteous, but at Fort Vengeance, but not anymore. So they don't have any, they have no sort of dog in this fight, honestly. So they could just sort of peace out, and that would have been interesting. I mean, I was like, when I heard them debating that, as a DM, I didn't say anything. I mean, it wasn't my place to say anything because I was there when they're making plans for the second day of siege. Your job as a DM is just to listen and answer questions at that point, honestly. If they have questions to maybe another NPC, or they have questions about particular mechanics, that's your job at that point. But your job is not to give advice and not to help with that battle plan creation. Listen, answer questions, and then while listening, think in your head how you're going to make that happen, implement that battle plan for them, right? And my battle plan is not changing much, except for the addition of 2 zombie ogres and the Amen archers, which came from the. My battle plan has stayed the same. So I made my battle plan basically for the second night siege well before the players decided on their defenses for the second night siege. And I want to honor that as much as possible, right? Because I don't want to, as a DM, I don't want to metagame this. I don't want to metagame the player's encounter here. Because I have insider information, obviously, as a DM, right? And so I don't want to metagame that. I want my players to know that I'm fair, and it's important for me to be fair. So, yeah. So, but that being said, Rygor's forces would have scouts, and they would adjust. They would make some small adjustments accordingly, right? Because it's very visible. Rygor knows his camp. He knows the Order of the Gauntlet. He knows the basic tactics. He's a military man, so he knows tactics. And so he would adjust accordingly. And to not do so would be stupid because that would not be playing uh, Rygor. That would not be doing justice to my creatures and to my side, right? So yeah, so they're gonna adjust. So he's gonna adjust by adding 2 zombie ogres, one attacking from the west and one attacking from the south, and he's going to adjust. He adjusted already by withdrawing the Amen archers and then adding them to this knight. So I think the Amen archers will come in. So I think the Amen archers will come in from the south again. Yeah, I think they will come in from the south again with the zombies in support, right? So yeah, I think that's a good plan. So that's it. But basically the plan has stayed the same, and I'm trying to be true to my players and not metagame it. And I think they have a good plan. Um, I think it's going to be interesting. The pit adds an interesting challenge for me as a DM mechanically. Um, it slows movement. The way I see it, it slows movement and causes some damage. I would say it's a half a hit of damage. Their fall damage would be a half a hit. So, yeah, if they can have them fall twice, then that's a whole hit. All right, so there we go. That's it. Okay. It's rendered now. Yes. Okay. Great. All right, now, great. It's rendered. Let's go into, let me go into Foundry here. Okay. So you don't have to listen to me talk anymore. And then we're going to do a whole new map here. So I could have it. I could just replace this. So if you can see, basically, I've added these. So this is Ross Nisi here. This is Ross Nisi here. Okay, there we go. That's Ross Nisi. He's going to pull up. He's going to have a little, I need to add, so he's going to have like some Wanti guards, right? So that's fine. Oh, okay. So I have these archers attacking from the west here. Okay. Is this the old battle map? This is the old. Oh, this is the old battle map. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is, let's see. That's 15 zombies though. That's 10 archers. Nope, these are Amen. Okay, yep. I had them attacking from the west. That's 10 zombies. Where are they coming from? Okay, these guys don't exist. Let's do this. Let me see here. Let me see. I got this battle here. Did I put it on here? No. So this is the old battlefield. This is the battle that they just fought. Right? And so they lost a significant portion of people. Yeah. And I want to do some role play with Larissa here and stuff, maybe. So I want to do a little role play of them with Breakbone too, maybe. So, all right, let's see. Let me see if I can just replace this map. That'd be cool. Yep, choose file. Where'd that go? Let me see where it went. Jungle. Find it. I need to. Okay, so Tomb of Annihilation, which I haven't opened up in a while, apparently. There you go. Tomb of Annihilation, Chult Jungle. Wait, why do I not see that? Why do I not see that? Where are you? Oh, maps. Maps, Chult Jungle. And yep, this is what I want. And see if that loads in the new map. Yep, there we go. Okay, good. All right, so that's how you replace a map there. And let's see. Actually, let's go back to this. Let's do this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this map, my battle map here. Because this has... I just realized that my other map... my other map that I was using doesn't have the right number of guards and stuff that are alive. Okay. Let's get rid of some stuff here. Okay, I want to do some lighting changes so I can actually see. Lighting controls, transition to daylight. Okay. That's a little bit easier to see now. All right. Okay, so this is Rygor and his Ankylosaurus that he rides. Now he did not attack before, but he will attack now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so these are the Amen archers. I mean, oh, did they actually kill some of these guys? They did. Live streaming right now. Okay. Okay, so they did actually kill some of these guys. All right. Oh, let's see. Add ghoul here. Let's see. I gotta get rid of his. Okay, so the wizard had a bat. Oh no, these Amen archers are all good. They didn't kill any of these guys. Okay, that's good. Okay, they injured one, so that's not really the same. Okay. Let's see here, and all right, so that's 10 archers, and we're gonna add some skeletons here. Oops. Encounter skeletons. Do I have that out already? I do. Yes. All right. Let's add skeleton here. Good. I'm just gonna copy that. Boom, 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 boom. And that's 10. It's gonna be. So 10 skeletons here. They're going to attack from the water. That's going to be a shock. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Okay. I think I want these Amen archers to attack. Yeah, let me get rid of these guys. Yeah. Let me just get rid of all, clear the board of that, so it's going to be easier if I do this way. All right. Yep, I want to change your token though. Because right now I don't like your token because you look exactly like my other skeletons, and I want to be able to tell you apart because you have different stats. So I want to easily be able to tell you apart. Yeah, sure. Okay. As long as you're different. Let's see. Oh, do this. This is what I had him. This is kind of the configuration I had him in before. Oops. Okay. And then that. And then I'm going to kind of have them in this configuration. Okay. So they're spaced out, right? And then I need my zombies. And we're going to put our zombies here. Oh, oh. Zombie. And I had my zombies can go in a line. Stop moving. All right. And that's 5. I'm gonna break. Oh, you know what? I'll break them up into regiments of 5 each. Little divisions. All right. So I'll break them up into little divisions of 5 each. That's good. And then, so that's my first wave down. Okay, great. And then I need to do my second wave. So a zombie ogre, which ogre zombie. All right, let's do that. And then we'll do one over here as well. Take this, copy it. Okay. And then I'll have a white. I need to make sure this. I mean, man, okay. Well, I need to make sure Rygor is a different. So I can't have him confused with a regular white. So I need to change his icon. Wow, what's a good icon for this guy? What's a good icon for these whites? Yeah, I don't really see a good one. Maybe that? Yeah, sure. Okay. Buy it. All right. You see how slow this map sort of is. It's just unfortunate. There's nothing really I can do about it. Okay. And then so let me get the ghouls out. I'm gonna definitely add 3 ghouls here. Okay. And then the 1T are my last sort of thing. So 1T. Have them out yet? No, no. Ooh. Okay, I don't have them on my list yet. That's fine. So 1T. Do I want a brood guard? What 1T brood guard? Yeah, brood guards. Okay. So that brood guards. Wow. All right. I'm just interested in different 1T types. Oh, abominations are not to be fucked with. Should it be purebloods? So what's the oh 14? Yeah, no, brood guards. Yeah, brood guards. Okay. So we're gonna have brood guards. Okay. And then yep, okay, good. And these guys would definitely attack in sort of formation. Yeah. That's good. That's 9. I need one more. All right. Okay. Yep. I'll put these guys to the side here. All right. And then now my zombie T-Rex. So, which I might already have out. Oh no. I don't have that out. Rex. Nope. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Boom. I'm excited. Okay. Oh, yeah, you have to be fixed. Let's see what I got here. For your icon, I need a token. Oh, close. Okay. Let me see if I have a better one, but that one works. I guess it works, yeah. So, yeah. I guess that works. Yeah. Doesn't look very zombied, but you know, we can see. And are you going to attack from the south or are you going to attack from the north? I think you're going to attack from the south. Where do I have it? Yeah. Southern tree line. Yep. Okay. So, southern tree line. And then, last but not least, I need to get Rosnisi here. How do I not have Rosnisi in a thing? Huh, okay. How do I not have Rosnisi in a thing? That's weird. All right. Very weird. All right. He's going to be in the Tomb of Annihilation. Yeah. There's Rosnisi, and he's going to have, let's see if they have, oh, they have a regular. Yeah, okay. And he's going to have a couple of Brood Guard with him, so he will have a couple of the Brood Guard with him that don't fight. So he has a contention. Oh, so slow. Jeez. It's so slow because the map is just enormous and it's really killing my machine, but you know, I don't know what else to do. So let's move you up here. All right. Okay, so that's my sort of battle plan. You can see that there are lots of combatants on the field here. All right. And what I have left is I have 8 guard left. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I'll say these guards came out of this tent, and then there's more wounded here. Yeah, let's get rid of you, actually. All right. And I have 2, let's see, I have 4, 5 alkalites left. Nope, 6 alkalites. They all made it. Okay. And then I have, how many tribal warriors do I have left? 5 tribal warriors left. Oh yeah, he's got dead icons on him, so yeah. So 5 tribal warriors left. Okay. Okay. And then who else do I have? Yeah, veterans. I only have 2 veterans left. Wow. So 2 veterans. Yep. Oh, get rid of you. All right, 2 veterans, and that's it. So they're significantly down some numbers. Yeah. Let's see my player characters. I'm gonna put my characters over here, and so that's one of my NPCs. That's one of my player characters. And where is Imani? Oh no, Carcatune is the person I want. Okay. See Imani. All right, that's my player characters, and they're all right. Okay. All right, so that's the battlefield. Now, find these guys. So find these guys. Make them invisible. Make all this invisible. Okay. Actually, I want to move Rygor. No, Rygor would be here-ish, so you can sort of see the battlefield. Although it might be. You know, I don't know. I don't know which side Rygor would be on. I wonder. Rygor would be maybe on this side. Maybe. I don't know. On the side. And then, so this will be my player's first encounter with the Yuan Ti, which is going to be interesting. It ties into at least 2 backstories, one very significantly and one sort of superficially. So that's good. All right. And that's my battlefield. And so this will be nighttime. So let's go to controls. Transition darkness. This will be nighttime. They don't have that anymore. Yeah, so that's what they see. It's like they see shit. You know? They don't have like crazy visibility, and that's part of the battle, right? Is this thing where it's like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see. And I make that sort of one of the things of this, that they have to like navigate that and the ability to see, because that becomes a factor. So that becomes a factor, is their ability to see, because half the party doesn't have dark vision. So they got to figure that out. And when you have people hiding in trees in multiple directions, it's a lot harder. It really is. So, yeah, he turned those off. Oh, he didn't want people to see him, so he turned those off because he had dark vision when he was up there. So, yeah, so they really need to figure out how to light this up. You saw that I had one over here, a light over here, and that's because they threw a torch over to that area to light something up. So that was good. Now, the bat has blind sight, so the bat can communicate the locations of these things to him, but without the ability of the other characters to see them, and the fact that it takes an action for my wizard to see through my bat's eyes, right? They're not gonna be able to target them. They'll be able to see, I think, where they're gonna come from. And they're definitely gonna scout this, which is fine. I definitely want them to be able to feel like they can scout this. Yep, there we go. Okay. That's better. So I can actually see some stuff. Yep. So that's the deal there. They're gonna have issues seeing. But that's the battlefield. I'm ready. So let's go. Siege number 3, siege number 2, the big siege. They're gonna fight Brykor. They're gonna fight a zombie T-Rex. They're gonna fight all this stuff. It's gonna be great. And it's gonna be a battle. And if someone's not injured, I'm gonna be sad. So, no, I just hope my guys do well. We'll see. I hope my guys do well. They're gonna play the tactics, and we'll see. We'll see how they do. So, Ankylosaurus. Make sure that Ankylosaurus is not injured because he shouldn't be. Yep, not injured. Okay. Oh no, that's the zombie T-Rex. Okay. Make sure that Ankylosaurus is not injured. Come on. So slow. All right. Yep. And Rygor isn't injured as well. Huh? Okay. Yep. Well, yeah. Yep. And so they have that, and they have a T-Rex to deal with, and they're gonna have two big sort of dinos at once. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this. This was a bit long. Sorry, I ran a bit long. I wanted to do an hour, but I ran a bit long because because of the Dungeon Alchemist render and some other stuff. But this should be fun. We're gonna see how this battle plays out. Hopefully, I will report back. I'll let you know. But I'm excited. I think the new mechanics for the siege tactics are really great. I think they make combat very fast. I think it's just because there's so many combatants, it's just slow to resolve no matter what you do, but this definitely makes it manageable. I feel like it keeps the tension high. So, all right. Well, have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. My wife has let me know that lunch is ready, so I will be doing that. And have a good day. I will talk to you later, and like and subscribe, and